What's poppin', gamers? It's your boy Vic Valentine, and we're back at it again with that FF14 shit. Last time, we did archery shit and bard shit. Today, we're doing white mage, and we're probably just doing white mage because I'm not feeling it today. I want a shorter stream, so we're gonna do the white mage quests. Dragoon can be next week. Dragoon. What in the fuck? I really wish OBS wouldn't do that. Anyway, Dragoon can be next week, and today is White Magic Day. I have my stick. I have my cool jacket. I'm gonna learn how to heal motherfuckers. The power of stick. No one has ever been stronger than the power of stick before. Okay, so where the fuck am I actually doing this? New Game Plus. Conjurer. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. We're probably gonna have to read that exact thing again. So, you want to be a conjurer? Yeah, apparently. Yeah, today was just a bad day for streaming as early as I wanted to. Between me waking up too late, getting an actually decent night's sleep for a change, and also just stuff happening around my place that would have been really fucking bothersome and annoying to have to stream through. I was just like, yeah, I'll stream late. I'll stream tonight instead. I'll stream tonight, and it'll be a shorter one, so I can fucking chill. Anyway, Medell. Rolling in the... Anyway. Well, mad adventurer, you are come to Stillglade Fane, home of the Conjurers Guild. We conjurers harness the powers of earth, wind, and water that abound in nature, and thereby weave spells of healing and protection. Ever do we seek noble souls to initiate into our mysteries. Might you be such a soul, come to join the guild? Okay. Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is to be a conjurer. Conjury is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic, such as that once wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate ether, has existed since the dawn of time. I thought magic wasn't existed until the third or fourth one. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjury emerged from this shapeless agglomeration of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridania. In those dark days, the elementals would not suffer man's presence in the Twelveswood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth in the great subterranean city of Gelmora. Oh. I had forgotten about that. So Gelmora was actually built underground to keep away from the fuckers. Interesting. Their desire to settle in the Twelveswood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again they sought to curry the elementals' favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure ether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talent for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these theretofore enigmatic entities. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. Their reward? The elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelveswood. So it was that the nation of Gridania was born. And since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who were able to commune with them. And for their intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery of the forces of nature. Thus did they conceive the art of conjury. And that, my most attentive listener, is a brief history of conjury. If you have a mind to walk our path, I wholeheartedly recommend you join our guild. It'd be my pleasure to explain the initiation process to you. Pray speak with me again when you are ready. Okay. That is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Esumion. So the short version of that is white mages channel the powers of the three of the 6 elements. 14 14 has the 6 elements: fire, ice, and lightning, which are considered black magic, and then water, earth, and wind, which are considered white magic. The reason I'm like elaborating on that is because not just other franchises, but even other Final Fantasy games differ wildly on what these things are. It's never consistent, really. It's rarely consistent. So, yeah. Just to sort of elaborate on that, like it's the water, wind, earth half of the circle of elements, which I think I've shown you guys a poster of at some point that was hanging up in some nerd's wall. I don't remember. The only reason I know it super well was because of Eureka. You had to know it. You had to know, like, the type matchups for Eureka, but I don't fucking remember anymore. Brother Ae-Sumi-Yon presides over the Conjurer's Guild even as he serves as the nation as a hearer. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Okay. Yo, what up, dude? I got a stick. So we've actually seen this guy before. The whole reason I'm doing these job quests in the first place has to do with this motherfucker. Well, he's a part of the reason. Basically a lot of the NPCs that are involved in these job quests, even though they may not seem like it, they do usually end up having some sort of relevance or important to the story in some form or fashion. And this dude, I remember being bored once and like watching through 1.0 cutscenes. This dude was like your main guy to talk to in 1.0 Gridania. He was like your big quest giver. And I guess he's been retired to guild leader in this game, but he still shows up from time to time. In fact, if you remember all the way back when we first came to Gridania and listened to What's-Her-Face talk about friendship or whatever, he was also hanging out and talking about friendship or something. Anyway, but these guys are like Kakiris, right? They never age, they never grow up, they just grow horns and talk to ghosts or something. The Pajal, I think is what they're called. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade fame. I am Brother Ae-Sumi-Yon, master of this guild. Before you were formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjury. Pray attend me well. Conjury is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there's more to conjury than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. Mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you'll also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. What does this shit say? And will... No, lolcal. Oh wait, it might be backwards. Walkle. Lockler. Yeah, I'm giving up. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing. But worry not, for the meaning of the words will become clear to you in due time. Aye, you will come to understand that conjury is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12s wood alike. Can you make this vow? Yeah, I'll say that. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. If you would be so kind as to lend me your hunting log, I shall, challenge whatever. To mark this momentous occasion, I present to you this cane. Though it may be old and weathered, it will serve you well as you take your first steps upon the path of the conjurer. Take up your cane, Corn, and present yourself to me once more. I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Ooh. I have a stick now. So I've never loved white magic in this game. Not because it's bad or anything. In fact, I think it's like one of the best healing classes in the game. It's more so just boring compared to other healing jobs. Like, I would much rather be playing Astro or Sage. Hell, I'd even rather be playing Scholar than White Mage, because they're more interesting and have more going on. But I will say that White Mage, like, the lore behind White Mage actually goes pretty fucking hard, and even though these quests aren't the most entertaining thing in the world, I think it's important to understand white magic, like, well, all of these jobs, but white magic in particular goes to some places, if I'm remembering correctly. Learning about white magic, learning about Ampidor, learning about that shit was always cool to me when I was first playing this. Even though the job itself was kind of boring. Anyway. Well, the part of Conjurer becomes you, Corn. Without further ado, I shall assign you your first task as a Conjurer of Stillglade fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the taking of life, know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden on the Twelves Wood, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest. By employing your powers in so doing, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Corn. Perform your first task in the name of the elementals. Rat killing. Got it. Rat killings. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Hitting them with a stick until they die. Conehead. Man, this guy was such a disappointment. I wanted him to play the Shiva music, even though that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, the raid mounts are always supposed to play the last tier of the raid, so it's weird that it would play the first tier, even though it's literally the boss from the first. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I will bludgeon you to death with this... Oh. Actually, I take that back. I will... Oh god. Oh god, what are my buttons? I have arrow and I have earth. I don't have any AoEs yet. Sick. Wait, can I just... Oh yeah, that works. Wind Bolt. Aha. Oh shit, I don't need them anymore. I need squirrels. Wind Bolt. Yes. Wind Bolt. Haha. And now I gotta run. Leave me alone, monsters. I don't want to be your friend. Jesus Christ. Oh, everybody wants a piece of little old corn tonight, huh? I'm gonna warp back to Gridania because I don't want to walk all the way back up this fucking path. It'll cost me a hunted gil, but I think it's worth it to not walk all the way. Price of convenience or whatever. Anyway. Hut. I killed bullshit. You better not make me kill like 17 guys next time. I'm sick of that archery shit. I think that was such a weird thing. I think that was literally only the archery job that did that. I don't remember any other one of these like low-level job quests doing that. Ah, welcome back, Horn. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you've taken your first step along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the force embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now, you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray, hearken to my instructions. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad life around you and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Charge it into a spirit bomb and chuck it at your enemies. And take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the selfsame ease you draw upon those within. Teach me. Well, it is good to see you, Korn. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain you've learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many, and to call upon it without first knowing each is conjury at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to the Blessed Bud. Blessed Bud, in the North Shroud, and there partake of Hearer Nolaniel's wisdom. Do I have to? The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique among conjurers, and he is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of Earth. Where he said north? Going north to learn about Earth. I can do that. Bum 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 bum. Dude. Hey, what up, dude? Well, golly, you seek Hearer Nolaniel? Well, then seek no more, for you've found him. Now, what can I do for you, friend? So Brother Isumion bid you come to learn from the element of Earth. Well, that as well. The power of Earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties. Please don't. Well, but I suspect the busy life of an adventurer could not afford the time required for such extended disclosure. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand, in combat. Wait, what? Now mark me well, Korn, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Tree Speak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. Oh. When you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the Earth's trauma and attempt to commune with it as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts upon the unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded Earth, shall then appear. Using the powers of conjury, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during the struggle, Korn, and I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. I'm doing what to the Earth now? Little bro, you sound like you're making shit up, but okay. I guess I'll do this thing. Evil dirt. Touch the evil dirt. Oh shit, evil Earth. I blew it away. Hey, so did I learn anything? And if so, what? Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Well, gosh. Welcome back, Korn. The elementals whisper your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront that embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Bro, you just sent me to get rocks thrown at me. What the fuck? You could have just picked up a rock and threw it at me yourself. for as much effort as that was. Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the earth's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Oh, heal? Can you not sense the strength of the earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. It looked like it was already bearing bountiful crops, but what do I know? When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you've accomplished. Sorry, that was bothering me. Experience once more the grind and weight of the earth's fury, and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylphie. Oh shit, the call out. Bro, who the fuck are you, child? See this adventurer here? Corn came all the way from Sealglade Fane just to hear my lesson. You do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? Hell yeah. I can conjure already. Oh shit. Oh. Yo. See? You have a rare gift for healing, Sylvie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Bro, where have I heard this before? I miss when people were in Party Finder and they would just play their jobs bad, and then people would complain at them for doing their jobs bad, and they would complain back because you don't pay my sub, and the good old days. I'm sure somebody's having that experience right now, but I'm just hitting shit with a stick, living my best life. Oh gosh, sometimes I wonder why I even try. Now, Sylvie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know of few conjurers who are equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. Can you imagine that? Doing good out of the kindness of your heart for fucking fun? She should be getting that bread. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Isumi and tell him as much. I regret giving you that voice. You talked way more than I wanted you to. What is this? What is this? Shuba. I'm good. Yo, Izumi. I learned about rocks. He made me touch the bad land, and then it threw a rock at me and it hurted. And now I'm smarter or something. Can you give me an A? I'm not asking for an A+, just an A. Ah, Corn, you have returned. But tell me, how did you fare under Nolanel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight? Its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well. And have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie cast healing magic upon you. How kind of her. You know, I must confess to sharing Nolanel's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylvie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her for the need of study. She outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the most tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power pose a risk to themselves and others, but all to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in ever more reckless displays of power, there is every possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. You know, a thought occurs to me, Korn. It may be that your encounter with Sylvie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening yourself to nature's voice. Mayhap she'll listen to you. But we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, well, namely you. The progress you've made does you great credit, Korn. Though you're yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you've learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. I'm just gonna shake my head yes, but like... Bro, what are you saying? Greetings, Korn. Each time we meet, the part of the conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Combe in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hero Wolfew. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfew is a conjurer of consummate skill who's able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. Ooh, wind mysteries. Are those like Dionysian wind mysteries? Is the wind gonna fuck my shit up and then diddle my bumhole? That sounds like a good day. Yo, wind mysteries, let's go. Wind mysteries. Mysteries of the wind. Wolfie. Ah, you must be Korn. Brother Asumion sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of Hero, and, well, you're my first student. Ah, yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. Go to the east of Sweetbloom Pier, and there's a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study? I sympathize, Korn, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of the wind. Okay. Get bee stung will teach me about the wind. Excellent. Love that for me. What if I throw a rock at the bees? Yeah, I think that worked. Wolfie. Wolfie dearest. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilekins' preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path that the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweetbloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. Fighting evil wind now. What is this, FF3? I'm the cloud of destruction. Yeah, sure you are. Ooh. Naughty air. Proceed. Oh shit. Okay. So all I gotta do is throw rocks at the wind. Amazing. Suck on this wind, you wind. Wolfie. No, I got it though. Easy breezy. Thanks, Wolfie. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to Full Flower. Okay. I'm still not fully understanding the point of this, but okay. Poo-poo! Fucking love you, Poo-poo. Wolfie. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated, but it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Corn, what did you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant, crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. You might even call it damage over time. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you've learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelveswood, I suspect some other forces at work here. I bid you remain wary, Corn. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade fame and inform Brother Asumi Ion of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Teehee. Sure, man. Whatever. No. Hang on. What's happening over here? Oh. I don't know why, that thing looked fucking massive for some reason. I thought it might have been like an A rank or something. Well, now that, I think the tree was obfuscating how big it actually was. Because getting a good clear look of it, yeah, that thing was kind of on the small side. It looked bigger from behind the tree, you see. I'm not crazy, you're the one that's crazy. You're driving me crazy. Isumiyan. Bro, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping during your meditation? That's based. Keep it up. Welcome back, Corn. The elementals inform me that you've opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That as well. Having made allies of 2 elements, you are on your way along the path of Conjury, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient as you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? Hey, Sylvie. You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Conjury is inextricably bound with nature, Sylvie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge... I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn Conjury the same way she did, become just as great a conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Isumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. What are you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You're meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Oh, why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. Fucking that dude. But that's... Sylvie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Corn. I hope you do not find these constant distractions distracting. Shouldn't you, like, talk with her? Like have a conversation with her? Or I guess your body's not the only thing that ages, huh? Mr. 10 forever. Wow, that was rude as shit, bro. As you just heard, Sylvie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylvie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjury. By all that we know of the art, it shouldn't be possible for Sylvie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own feelings as a teacher. Yeah, you think? I am only glad that those same failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours, should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Okay. Also, I got rid of the PC principal glasses, because fucking I didn't want them. It is good to see you again, Corn. By the aura you exude, and the type shit you're on, it is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you were to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near the hawthorn hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Joaquin at the hawthorn hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. Didn't they take that spell out? Why are you making me learn water if the spell's no longer in the game? Actually, is it? Let me look. I think they took it out, right? Because it didn't fucking do anything? Yeah, there's no water here. That's really funny. Yeah, that's a little on the silly side. There used to be a spell called Water that would, like, trap enemies and make them unable to move, but it didn't do any damage, and you couldn't use it against bosses, so they were like, well... why is this still in the game, then? And, like... I feel like that's one of those things that, like... I feel like generally, like... That's one of those weird things where I feel like even if the button doesn't actually do anything and no one ever uses it, it's still an important like lore. It's an important lore button for the like understanding what a white mage is and what they do. And it's also like it's not like actively taking space on anyone's hotbar, right? Like there's no harm in letting it be just an empty fucking... Actually, wait. Fluid Aura. Yeah, there it is. Fluid Aura. It's actually still in my hotbar. It just doesn't exist yet. Interesting. Oh wait, no, that's not the one. I was thinking of water. Anyway, Joaquin. Or was that what? I don't remember anymore. Like, I don't see the harm of letting it just be there, taking up space. Other than they felt like they needed the space and cut it for that reason. Because otherwise, it's a fun spell that doesn't do anything but is important for the lore of whatever. Greetings, Scorn. Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree? Yeah, it was me. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Oh, he did a little bow. That was nice of him. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Asumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. Water is the essence of wetness. Wetness is the essence of beauty. The precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12's wood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As Conjury derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt the state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug-of-war embodied in this creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Joaquin, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? Maximilwa. A herd of young antelope stacks has gone berserk. I don't know what's got him so panicked, but there's no calming him now. The mad beasts gored the soldiers sent to shepherd him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a whole pile of wounded over at Jocelyn Spire, and not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious. I sense nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may well be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Corn, travel straight away to Jocelyn Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers, and follow after you, bearing what restorative unguents I can. Unguents, whatever. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Asumi. Aye, aye, Captain. I'm not your captain. You outrank me. You're a cop. Oh. Jesus Christ. Where am I going? Jocelyn the Spire. Aniud. Aniud? Oh, probably inside. Hang on. Oh god. Aniud. Who are... Oh, Conjurer, you say? Praise Nafika. Right, so Nafika, the nature mommy, also the patron goddess of Gridania, is sort of the one who presides over Conjury as well, I think. Or at least white magic, whatever. The white mages are fucking love her and her bountiful tracts of land and whatnot. Well, you've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. Carried in, you say. And yet they're outside. I don't think you know what in means, brother. Cure. Oh, that's not where cure normally is for me. Oh boy. I can breathe again. Oh, thank you. Huzzah! Oh. These folks are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast, and do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go! Okay. I'll ride my deer into battle with other deer. There will be a great deer-ing that will... Oh. Sylvie, what are you doing? Come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. The fight is on! Oh. Sylvie, what are you doing here? You're a baby, and you're bad at healing. The guy said so. Damn. The war between man and pissed off antelope. Who knew it could be so intense? Damn. Damn, imagine getting your shit run by a deer. Conjurer, your aid. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. this is going swimmingly. Oh shit, there's more! The deer have brought deer enforcements. Oh god. I need to turn serious for a second. Hey. Death to all deers. Oh, shit. Oh shit. Why are they making Dialga noises? What the fuck is that? Oh wait, that's the deer screaming. Never mind. I thought they were making that like stock anime noise that stock anime noise when like a crazy laser beam goes off, or when Dialga screams about it in that one movie. You know the one. Crazy anime laser beams. Holy moly. Miss. I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we are not too late. Aw, shit. He got the angry eyebrows. Sylvie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. Yeah, my mother never did anything wrong. Kind of sounds like she did, though. Also, it's weird being the tallest person in this scene. Corn, can I ask a favor? Ask that you follow her, please. I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. What about scenes with Lalafels? That's a conversation for another day. Ride, my turtle. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. That the same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I gonna die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. Oh, to die? Sick. Never mind. It's Isumiyan time. Also, what level am I on? Oh god. There we go. Nothika's altar. Yeah. Corn, you returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylvie? She thinks she's gonna die. I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing, the principle's no different. For the art of mending, we draw upon the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, cannot bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. Say that earlier! You fucking moron. I shall think of a solution on this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Korn. Do not doubt your abilities. You're a conjurer who passed the trials of the earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you've mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and to nature. Okay. Oh, we're only halfway through this. Greetings, Korn. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not her study of the elements. I confess, I have no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylvie. After no small amount of prompting, bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature, but I am afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylvie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before first venturing into the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake the trials which furnish you and your peers with an understanding of the elements. Put simply, she's no match for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bid you take her on a pilgrimage around the Trollswood. Give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, and water. She must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let Earth be her first lesson. Sylvie awaits you at Bent Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remains strong. Once you've located the patch of corrupted soil at Bent Branch, draw forth the tainted sprite and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the elementals aid you in this endeavor, Korn. Right. Bent Branch. That is... there. Okay. Central. Yeah, no problem. I can do that, bro. I know how to do that. Right. Orb. Watermelono. Hey, yo, Sylvie, watch this shit. Yeah, no problem, girl. Watch this shit. This dude's gonna throw a rock at me. I'm gonna throw it right back. Ka-chow. That's how we do it in White Mage world. Ah! I wasn't scared. I was just a little startled, that's all. It was as if a massive solid wrath had erupted from the ground. I've never felt anything like... I mean, never mind. You have to head to the Bannock next. Let's get this over with. Ride, my glowing green radioactive doggo. Stand back. This dude's gonna blow me? I don't remember what the lesson was. Ciao. Gods, the wind blew straight through me. It felt both gentle and sharp at the same time. I can't explain it. This is something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. The last one's at Lilystone. I know where that is. Surely. I mean, luckily I have a map that shows me, but anyway. Lily Stone. Ride with me, Mr. Typhon, to a stone of Lily to teach a child how to fucking throw rocks at a rat or something. I don't know what she's gonna use it for. Probably some fucked up shit. If you're 5 years old and you have magic, what the fuck are you using that shit for other than throwing rocks at rats? Like a fucking sicko. Tainted water. Yo, you like what you see? Wow, the lake is so beautiful. I never noticed how clearly the sky is reflected in its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the guildmaster now. Alrighty. Tainted water. Oh. Tainted water. Tainted water. Biddy! My boy Biddy. Keep that door. No one gets in, no one gets out. Keep that door strong, Biddy. Alright. Welcome back, my avid conjurers. How fared you in your encounter with the elements? Sylvie, what did you sense as Korn cleansed the sources of corruption? It's hard to explain. It was like hearing voices cry out in joy. And I felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It was almost as if nature were speaking to me. But why, Brother Isumi? Why did my mother teach me to avoid the sight of conjury? What was she so afraid of? Well, there are certain truths that hide behind the mask of our words, and there is much that your mother didn't tell you, but you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sylvie. Even now, your mind founders amid a sudden inundation of awareness. The first time we connect with nature can be powerful, wonderful, but disorienting experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guild Master. Yes, Chef. You have my gratitude, Korn. Thanks to you, Sylvie has taken a most important step. You heard her mention voices crying out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed on to the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through meditation and training, but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen receive. And, as you've no doubt surmised, Sylvie's mother was one such person. The misunderstanding of that blessing, however, was what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sylvie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl's barely awoken to her potential. For that potential to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect she failed to mention that the promise of your involvement in her lessons was the reason for her change of heart. You underestimate the impression your quiet determination has made on young Sylvie. If modesty prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed, consider this task a part of your training. For conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on her journey, Korn, and together explore the myriad mysteries of nature. Okay. Bum. Is it just me, or is this going way faster than the Archer quests? Welcome, Korn. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillglade Fane. Glad I am that you've come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. Concerns, yes, young Sylvie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylvie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylvie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus, I turn to you to escort Sylvie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray, travel to Buscaron's druthers. Yay! Speak with Wolfew. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylvie, and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Buscaron! I love you, Buscaron. Let's go there. You know what? Depending on how long, because we're almost done with Conjury. Depending on how long the White Mage quests take, I think I might change. I think I'm changing my mind. I think I actually do want to get Lancer and Dragoon done today as well. Which thankfully, I did buy one. I did buy a spear just in case, but I didn't think I was actually gonna do it today. But now I'm thinking, like, it's only 8:45. I'll fucking do it. Let's do it. Ah, we meet again, Korn. I assume Brother Asumi warned you of the corruption my champion. Oh boy, that was a Freudian slip if ever there was one. The corruption my companions and I have tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered treant. Suggests you give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering about this part of the Twellswood. Seems that her mother, a woman who healed with conjury but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylvie herself had her head buried in some manner of tome, but if she is as sensitive to the elemental's murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Boy. What you reading? Why are you staring at the ceiling? Korn, I should have known that Wolfie will tattle on me. Fucking snitch. And Brother Asumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? Yeah. This is where my mother used to live, you know. The bar? Right up until she passed on, folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. You know what? Fair enough. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. Okay. I've never heard the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wolfie and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Yes, I bet that's what it is. Certainly. Bum, 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 bum. Gods, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature's shrieking in rage. That's okay. I'll throw a rock at it. That'll shut it up. Go, my rock. Shit. Oh, that was some lag there. What the fuck? Oh, I'm lagging because I'm actually like, oh, my internet's being a little silly right now. Oh, I might DC soon. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Oh, wait, I think we're back. Hey, we did it. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Hey, Sylphie. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There's nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for conjurers to borrow the power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Okay. Give me just a second. Sumi on. What's your favorite direct English translation of an anime song lyric? I think mine is I cleanly shave exactly half of my face from that one Code Geass opening. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. Welcome back, Korn. And also you, Sylphie. Brother Isumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Korn, she showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylvie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose this path she did. Full glad am I to hear that, for I must ask of you one more question. Yes, Brother Isumi? When you first witnessed Korn cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I'm sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Yeah. Of course, much relies on your studies of conjury. You have a natural aptitude, but thus of... Yo, there's Sleepyhead over there. Look at him doing a good job. Love that man. You have a natural aptitude, but thus far have lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Okay. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in South Shroud, Korn. I assume from the reports I received that it was of a different magnitude of those which you previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creature known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of those disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals to seek to identify this threat. Korn, Sylphie, I may need both of you before I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Okay. Dum-dum-da-dum-dum. Ah, Korn, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Extensive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigate. Guildmaster, you must let me help! Oh, Sylvie. Since I got back from the South Shroud, I spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hero Nolaniel's lectures. That dude sounds like Goofy on a bad day. Like he sounds like fucking Temu Goofy. The Twelveswood's crying out in pain. My skills are a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylvie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So I'm to stay here then? Not necessarily. Korn, with your consent, I would have Sylvie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylvie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjury will to her. There's much you might accomplish together. Okay. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Korn by your side. Do I make myself clear? And Should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Korn, and hurry, the corruption is spreading. Okay. I'll do that shit. Whatever. Where am I going? To the mill. Bum 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 bum. Corrupted dirt. Evil dirt. Whoops, that's not my dot button. That's my dot button. Oh, my silly fucked up hotbars. Hey, we did it. That was brilliant, Korn, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain, and I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north? No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. Okay. Golden horse. Fly me to the place. Also, we were close to Jahantel just now. Red Belly Larsener. Still not a dot. Wow, I just turned my brain off for a whole fucking 2 encounters there. Great. You're really doing well, Korn, but I think there's another one, and, well, it calls me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yeah, the east. East? I thought you said west! Oh, hey, Ifrit horse. Is this the only mount I have that's not a spoiler? Fucking maybe. There we go. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Nice work. The earth here feels healed, and yet there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger, I think. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Asumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Oh boy. Let's go. Ooh. Let's go. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Korn? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. Well, whatever it is, I'm gonna whoop it with my stick, so it's good. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less... Well, it just felt less. Okay. So it's hiding. It's aware of us. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Oh shit. Do you see that? Just in that one spot there, the air seems wrong. Oh. Ah! Oh shit, a demon! A demon from hell! Sorry, we call it the Void here. Forgot about that. A void sent from the void! It's the Echo Man. Whoops, that's not a dot. There we go. The creatures of void scent. I've heard Brother Sumi, whatever, talk about it. I say they're fucking scary, dude. Yeah, I eat guys like this for breakfast. Don't worry about it. Oh god. Yeah. Also, I just realized I tried casting a Suna on that one guy. I thought it was Cure 2, but that's not Cure 2. This is Cure 2. Oh. Can you tell I don't heal often? Anyway. You're just in time to die. I need... Ooh, I'm contracting that bonitis. There we go. Hey, we did it. We killed the guy. We saved the city. Isn't it amazing, Corn? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? Warm? I don't know where you're from. I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Damn. Don't worry. Healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. I have you to thank for that, Corn. Let's return to the guild. You have to explain everything to Brother Asumi. Yeah, okay. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Gradonia. There we are. So Conjurer only took an hour. That means if I do Lancer, I can expect it to take another hour. Plus, like, however long it takes to do White Mage and Dragoon. I think that's reasonable. I guess we'll see, but... welcome back, Corn and Sylvie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders. Well, the force was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. And it's not Corn's fault. It's mine. It was all my idea, and I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I'm of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akamon had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And, if I am not mistaken, Sylvie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Yeah, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Corn, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature. And nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Corn. It's clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus, it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magic. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Yeah. Cool, we did it. Conjury complete. I'm a master conjurer now. I learned Cure too. That shit I was using earlier. And that was Conjurer. Now we move on to White Mage.